Hello?
Hey, there
Hey,
we go.
it's spiking. Look
We
at
can
that.
see the thing. Hello, chat.
It would not be a GZ stream without initial technical difficulties. Thank you for your patience, everyone, and welcome to the Skyfire release update release stream with Ash.
The stream update release.
The-
Release stream update.
One of those things, yes. Those words all go in the title.
Hi, I'm Ash.
This is Ash, game director now.
They
No longer just a mere lead designer.
They changed my title.
You've ascended.
I'm doing the same work, but I get a fancy new pin.
Did you get your own office yet?
Yeah, they're just giving me Malmo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
just all for me now. Everyone
Nice.
in Malmo has to work from home now.
You get all the dogs from Malmo. too.
Exactly, yeah,
Nice.
that's part of the deal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. It's a pleasure. Gotta say, the Vulture looks absolutely badass as an enemy. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
That was very much the intention. We'll show it off a little bit later. I thought it would be nice for us to go through the
Some?
biggest changes. Yeah, the biggest changes that we've made in this update and talk a bit about why we made them, why we did them the way we did, and for you to get a chance to ask questions about the update, about the changes, really whatever you want. This is an open forum. You two are extremely quiet for me. All right,
We're not quite hitting yellow, so we probably want to bump it a little
yeah,
bit.
we are pretty far away from the mic, so
Yeah,
I'm just
true.
gonna. Is there a thing I
Oh.
can? Oh,
I think that's
here's
about...
the thing.
There you go. Cool.
It's spiking more now. Can you hear us better? It's still not reaching. Let's see.
You gain it a little.
Always the same thing with those things.
Yeah.
How far? Now, I have to do this carefully so I don't
Uh-huh.
accidentally destroy your
exactly.
eardrums.
Yep, that looks about right.
We're getting better.
That looks about right.
All right. Let us
Cool.
know if we should tweak it some more. And thank you for the feedback. Can't search attachments and storage by weapon anymore. Yes, those storage filters, we've already recorded that there are some missing ones. Thank you for letting us know. We are already tracking that one.
Yep. As always, if you're spotting bugs and things, put them in the forums because that means that we can actually keep track of them.
Yes, absolutely. And other people can also see them and add their own experiences, which always helps us
Yep.
track and fix bugs.
No,
You're
must
perfect.
be
Thank you so much for the feedback on the audio.
Perfect.
You're perfect right now. Thank you so much. I got a haircut. You noticed. That's nice.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, let's get into the update. And I
Do
think
you want to change window to the... You're gonna control that instead of this with your keyboard. Oh, you're not. Wow. Okay.
ta-da!
right.
It even comes with a little fade in
I don't know what
animation.
I don't
Look
know what
at
I'm talking about then.
that.
Yeah, this is the scary boy.
I love the design so much. I love the little what do you call them? The little fins they gave them on each leg.
We did just go, what if we put more spikes on it?
And also more eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always room for more eyes.
Yeah.
Bro looks dapper. I absolutely agree.
The only thing that's missing here is the purple flames, which I love.
Oh yeah, the thrusters are off in this one. Maybe it's already powering down.
This
for
is
me.
it in free fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Are we gonna see the laser rifle fire? I don't have that showing on stream, but you can get the laser rifle yourself and then fire it.
Yeah.
We didn't want to spoil too much on stream. Like, I don't want to show you the whole fight and everything, so I thought I'd keep it to us talking a bit about how it works in general. So I'm not going to show it just yet, but next week I'm going to do another stream where I play together with some community members, and we're going to take on the Vulture. So if you want to see for yourself and you, for some reason, won't be able to play until next week, please tune in then. But I hope you can play the game yourself, because that's the best way to experience these things. The Vulture. Yes. It's not called a Reaper Vulture. It's not the Reaper, the Soviet Reaper. It is a tyrant.
Because it got very confusing to keep calling things a Reaper Firebird, and we were like, we need to actually have different terminology.
Yes, and Tyrant, I think, it just sounds great. I think it's the best name we could have gone with.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody, please switch your terminology effective immediately, so there is no more confusion. Thank you. It is a Firebird, though. It has, as you can see, it has some extra armor plating. It has some extra eyes, and it has this scary look. I don't think you can see it that well against this background, but it's a missile launcher. And just like the Reaper, it can call in other machines. Big Bird, yes. It is absolutely menacing. And as you mentioned before, the thrusters are also purple instead of the usual orange.
Pigeon Prime.
Pigeon Prime. I love that name so much. The community, especially in Discord, has taken to calling it Pigeon Prime. Unfortunately, we do have to stick to the Vulture in general.
Yeah.
But I think Pigeon Prime is a great name for the unofficial...
Y'all are allowed to call it Pigeon Prime. I'm not allowed to.
Oh, considering how much I already hate fighting Firebirds, I'm not looking forward to this thing. Oh, it is...
you're going to have a bad day.
It is quite the challenge.
Yeah.
I have fought it a couple times myself. But it does have a cool new reward that we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it calls in other machines. It uses missiles that have a pretty good targeting system, I've heard.
I think the technical term for them is wiggly missiles.
Wiggly miss. That is the official, yes, the scientific term.
This is what we were calling them. Well, we were like, what if they went...
If you want to be fancy.
Uh-huh.
And it also has this really cool fire attack that I would have loved to show, but I was like, this is something you really have to experience yourself. I don't want to...
Utterly terrifying.
Yep.
It's one of the scariest things I've encountered in the game.
I would have loved it if it would have been called Phoenix. Yeah, but the problem is we already have...
Phoenix is already
a thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like there would have been some confusion with Phoenix.
Yeah.
But yes, the Firebird, I think the Firebird itself is based on a Soviet folklore creature that is
Slavic
folklore,
Yeah.
and it is similar to a phoenix.
Yeah, we went through a list of like all of the other Slavic folklore creatures, which is a lot, and we were like, oh, we're just gonna call it a vulture because eventually we decided that no, this is the death bird, so like that's a vulture. Like
it is a death bird.
Yeah.
For everybody, has anyone fought it yet in chat? I'm curious. Who's already tracked it down and fought it?
Yeah, sick.
I have at least 10 times.
All right.
I don't believe you. That's...
Yeah, cool. You also picked up an epic from a prototype runner.
In 6 hours, that is quite the speed run. It was
Yeah.
a nightmare. I have great fight. We'll do today. I'm so glad. -1 times, so it killed you, or...
Yeah. Beta testers have they didn't get to try it out.
Yes.
And they got to try it out when it was much less fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that first round of feedback was great.
Yeah.
We do still get those requests from those old players who are like, I want, the nightmare mode, the ultra nightmare super.
Yep. Hopefully hopefully this is scary enough for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was scary enough for me at least, but then again, I'm not very good at games. Is this how the Reaper will spawn now? Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in... was it the next slide? It might be the next slide.
There's a couple of other bits on this one, yeah.
Yes. Let's go through those first. Yeah, the way it calls in other machines is it has these kind of communication pylons on the ground. So for those who are uninitiated, you might want to look out not just at the sky, because when I first fought it, that was kind of my problem. I had such tunnel vision on the Firebird, I was not looking around at anything else.
And then you're like, why am I getting shot from every other angle?
So yeah, there are some aspects and elements on the ground that you have to look out for as well and destroy during the fight. Yes, let's get into that. So the new way that tyrants spawn.
Yeah.
First, you want to kill rivals. So that was a big problem before, I think, that the way the Reaper spawned was with a high region threat, but the region threat went down if you killed rivals.
Yeah, it annoyed me, so I killed it. I just said someone needs to fix this, and then someone did.
And that someone was you.
I mean, no, I got
okay.
designer. I tell designers to make cool stuff, and then they make cool stuff. That's how that works.
What a great job! I love that.
Exactly. It's wonderful. I get to say this is bullshit, and someone says okay, cool, we'll fix it. So yeah.
So yeah, now you're encouraged actually to kill your rivals. Of course, the higher you get your rivals before you kill them will still be beneficial to you because you get better loot from the rivals and you get more of this coordinate data. It also matters if the rival is a Swedish machine or a Soviet machine. So Swedish machine will give you data to track down the Reaper, and Soviet machines will give you data to track down the Vulture.
They also look different, so you can tell the difference.
Yes. Yeah, and after that you go to do a base assault. So another reason for you to destroy even more machines is to level up those base assaults. And only in the level 3 base assault, so the maximum you can get, you will get one of those hatches that leads you to a tunnel like the one in the background of this slide.
The one you've got in the background here is one of the devious ones because you've got the gap in it.
Yeah.
And so when I was testing, at one point I was like, oh, I've got to do this little jumping puzzle, like jump over there and then jump across. But I was holding the new minigun, which slows you down. So straight down because it just got weighed down by the massive gun.
Just put an infinite void on the bottom. Yeah.
Just instantly failed the jump puzzle.
Oh no. Yeah, and after you get to this terminal here, you have to destroy all the shield generators, and that's where also I've seen a bit of a struggle in the Discord server because people were a bit overexcited and they destroyed the whole base assault.
Yeah,
and they were like,
which destroys the whole base.
Where's the hatch? So don't destroy the whole base, only destroy the shield generators, and at that point the hatch will open in the floor. It's a new design of a hatch, so you can't really confuse it with the existing ones that have loot. It'll be open, and then you can enter it and get down into these new kind of Phoenix caves, Phoenix tunnel systems that were designed, and they look absolutely amazing. You've seen some of them in the
several different variants
in the social media posts. I think we featured a few different variants already, and this is another one that you can get, and they look so good. And at the end of them, you have this terminal that you use to spawn or to locate your tyrant.
Yep. So these servers that we're looking at here, these are part of the coordination system for the Phoenix machines. So to try and make sure that it's a like local relay. So the Phoenix machines are effectively like a giant hive mind type thing, but sending messages through that system takes a long time. So they have these local coordination servers that just track where all the local machines are, which is what you're tapping into once you've got enough of your coordinate data so that you can track down a specific machine that you would like.
Amazing. What ammo type does the minigun use? It is 7.62 ammo.
I think it uses bullet.
Yes, mostly yes. Imagine if we put rockets in that thing. Oh lord.
That would be terrifying.
But yeah, 7.62. Note on that one, I also mentioned it later, but you can't use shock ammo on it. That would not be good.
It only just doesn't crash the game already. You put shock ammo in it and your computer just catches on fire.
Yes, so let's not do that. This is something that surprised me personally, because I thought this is not good for me personally. And I've already seen someone in Discord who this happened to today.
Yeah.
Because they already had a Reaper active and they spawned the Vulture, and the Vulture was right next to the Reaper.
That's the
and
thing
they
that
went
can
up
happen.
to that. That can happen, yeah. So watch out, because you might have quite the fight on your hands if you do this. You can have a Reaper and a Vulture.
And they're not friends.
No.
But that's not. But like that. But like you would think that like they'll fight each other and that'll be great for me. It's not good for you. That's a bad time.
You're a common enemy to them.
Yeah. I think the thing is that you just become collateral damage.
Oh lord. But yeah. Anyway, if you want to try this as a challenge, good luck. Let us know on social media. I would love to see a fight like that play out in full. I don't think I would survive that, but I know there are some really good fighters out there.
It's a nightmare.
Are you going to play? We're not going to play today, Huck. We're going to play next week. I'm going to play with some community members, and we're going to take down the Vulture. I didn't want to spoil the Vulture fight just yet, because it is release day, and a lot of you have not played it yet. So
We don't want to spoil things.
yes, too much.
No. Yeah.
So I'm going to save that one for next week. Will the tyrant be vulnerable to hacking ability? No.
No, I mean,
Imagine, though.
the Reaper wasn't, so the Vulture isn't, because they're both tyrants.
Imagine, though.
I think it's
what a good
also.
pet that would make.
I think tyrants are also don't get. They still take a bit of damage, but they don't get shut down by EMPs. I think is both of the tyrants also have that thing.
They are too strong.
Yeah.
Does the region levels have any use now? Yeah, it still has a use in that the higher region level, the higher the chance of a rival spawning is. And the more rivals you have, the faster you can reach the amount of coordinate data that's required to spawn Tyrant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it still has a purpose. Has the Reaper been updated as well? Only in the way you spawn it.
Yeah,
the way it
fight
fights
hasn't, but
has not.
Also, its loot table changed slightly so that now there's no chance of not getting an experimental from the Reaper. There's also less chance of getting two, but there's no chance of not getting one.
Yes, that was community feedback that we've seen around it feeling a bit frustrating when you take down a Reaper and it doesn't have
So both
an
tyrants
experimental.
guarantee an experimental drop.
Yay! Good change. Did I include that in the patch notes?
I don't know. I yeah.
No, now. Are you planning on improving the performance? Yes, we are.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll get more into that a little bit later, but we are working on a very big performance push.
Yep.
Let's continue with the new experimental weapon, the laser...
Meusser?
Meusser? Something
I
like
pronounce
that.
it Meusser. But
The laser rifle.
Yeah. I fucking love this thing.
Me too. As mentioned, you can only get it... Did I not put that on the slide? Of course.
You might have it somewhere further down the slide.
I might. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part of this. It's very surprising to all of us. But yeah, it shoots biochemical lasers, which laser gun. Hello, yes. Laser musket, also great name, even though not a musket at all. But we'll include that.
I mean, it feels like one because it uses like a single shot uses the entire cartridge.
Oh yeah, you do have to.
So it does feel like you're like really lining it up, and then and you have to both line up both your shot and your timing. So and then it's a whole reload the next time. So it absolutely does feel like a musket in that sense.
Yeah, true. And also the new ammo type it uses is special. So you get a craftable blueprint for it, and then with a new type of consumable that you get from recycling batteries. By the way, I've heard this question as well. You have to recycle batteries to get it. You can craft the ammo that this laser rifle uses. It has a chart. Sorry?
You recycle EMPs to get the thing, not batteries.
EMPs?
EMPs.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yes, EMPs. I had it wrong.
Which have batteries in them, which is why you can use them for this. Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. It has a charge up meter that sadly you can't see in this here
Not
asset,
on this side.
but it is right next to the scope. So even if you look through a scope, you can still see the charge up on it. And the higher you charge it, the more damage it deals. And don't charge it too much because it'll...
You have a bad day.
Backfire.
That's my favorite part about it, is just occasionally being like, I'm really good at this game, and then finding out that you aren't.
You do have to practice the timing a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a hairline.
It's no,
thing,
it's not.
so...
It's a very reasonable thing. It just takes a little bit of practice.
Where's the secret tunnel in the base? It's a random spawn in each base assault. It has to be level 3, but inside the base assault, it can be pretty much anywhere. So you just have to look for it. It has a little scanner thing.
It's got a little dish for the, because like we said, it's for keeping track of the location of machines. So it's got a little dish there, and then and when you've killed the shield generators for that base, it will actually, if you're like a little distance from it and you can't see it clearly, it actually highlights it in blue, the same way that the shield generators are highlighted. So you'll be able to find it a little more easily once you've gotten rid of them.
Nice. This is the important one. Just like the Reaper has an exclusive drop with the hammer, at least for machines, this Vulture also has one, which is the laser rifle. So go hunt the Vulture if you haven't already. It's a good time, and the rewards are worth it.
And it is like it's part of the experimental pool that can drop from the Vulture. So you might take a couple of goes to get it.
Good luck. RNG be on your side. This one, I love the little. You just chuck it at it.
Yes.
It's such a good animation.
Yeah.
So yeah, companion armor has had a little bit of a change. It is now an armor kit that you can either install directly on your companion, or you can take it out into the field and use it to kind of field repair the companion if the armor is destroyed. I'm so good at going through these. Look at that. Yeah, you just equip them to your weapon wheel, and then you chuck them at it, and it does a little shake, and then it's back up to full armor. I love carrying armor for my buddy. That's great to know.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I love my companion, and I'm like very happy to have a way to be like, oh no, you need to be protected again now. And throw the things. The armor is expensive, absolutely. But also trying to do it just with repair kits means that you have more downtime. So there is a trade-off there.
Yeah, and we have heard some feedback around the companion not being, having a bit of a survivability problem in combat, and you having to return to your to a safe house too often. And so we wanted to kind of give you the ability to stay out longer if you take the required materials, and if you take care of your companion. You can't just let it run around. You have to keep a lookout, otherwise it'll die, and that's not good. Important note, yes, you cannot repair your companion from a knocked out state with these armor kits. You can only repair the armor.
But then you can use a repair kit and then throw it onto it.
Exactly.
Right, so you can still do that thing. And if it's not KO'd but it's damaged, that will be repaired by the armor kit. So yeah.
Also important note, it replaces the current armor. So if
you want to, so for instance, the reason for that is that if you decide you're like, oh wait, I'm going into a situation where I need a different kind of armor, or I want to put like a higher level armor on it, even though it's already got a low level armor on it. We wanted you to be able to do that, so yeah, it will just straight up replace. Same as in the companion station, right? Equipping new armor replaces the existing armor, and the existing armor is lost. Yeah. Hey.
Yay for more visibility on things. I like because I'm a kind of player who just goes into the inventory and just presses loot all, and then I run away, and then 15 minutes later I wonder, why am I overloaded again? I just looted. And this kind of will definitely help me keep an overview on what I'm actually taking with me.
Also, I feel like my favorite bit of this is the fact that we celebrate when you get a new weapon now, right? It feels special to pick up a new weapon. Because there were lots of situations where, especially if you found one in world, right, and you pick it up off the ground, it just goes in your inventory, and you don't know what stars it was. You don't know what. You might not even know what weapon it was. So this way, we get to celebrate the fact that you got a cool new weapon.
Exactly. So, as for the change in the list on your right-hand side, you now see a little icon, as well as, if applicable, the rarity of the item that you looted. As well as you get a special little pop-up for the weapons that you can see in the bottom here. And I agree, it just feels way more satisfying, especially because it has a fun little sound cue that sounds super happy, and it's like, hey, here's a new weapon.
Absolutely.
And I love that. Always loot all, recycle everything for resources. Yeah, I have to go back to my safe house every 15 minutes. If But that's why I was so happy about the Flock Moped, where you can craft on the go.
Yeah, that particular one of that. So yeah, the utility one, I can't remember what the Swedish name is for the Flock Moped with the storage, but also your companion can store a lot of stuff for you as well. So like that's how I manage that.
Oh, that one is currently overloaded as well. Yeah, I just forget to empty it all the time.
Yeah.
I hope y'all are better at managing your inventories than I am. I'm a terrible
I
example.
feel like the people who play this game are all hoarders.
We need more storage room in the recycle station.
Agreed.
Yep. We hear you on that.
At the moment, it's take the things out of the recycle station and put them in the plunger. But yeah, no, that is absolutely a thing that we need to fix.
Yes. Glad that we were able to clear that up. We wanted to make it also more rewarding to kill those tyrants in the form of getting a cool new power-up for whatever weapon you prefer. So we added 2 new augmentation designs. The first one is Final Round, increases damage done by the last round in the magazine for pistols. So applies to the new Iron Condor gun. Very strong. I love it. It's great. And that one you get for defeating Reapers.
Yes.
And you also upgrade it that way. So if you want to hunt those Reapers, you want to give your.
So yes, you get the like bronze version of this for killing a Reaper once, and then the silver and gold versions are for killing it more times.
Preferably with that weapon.
I mean, yeah, if you can then do it with the pistol, and yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Get out those Müller PPs and challenge the Reaper.
Did try having this on like some of the other weapons, like SMGs and stuff, and the problem was that we really struggled to get it down to like, when do I have the last one's gone again and now I'm reloading. It was always, so we were like, we're just going to stick with pistol. I can pay attention to how many I've got left in the clip.
I would love to increase the damage done in the last round in a magazine with rocket launchers.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep missing hydrates. I'm sorry. I don't see the notification, so I'm just going to hydrate whenever I can.
Yes.
And thank you for the subscription, by the way, Butchie. It has not gone unnoticed. And the second augmentation design that we added is Rapid Reload, which people were really excited when I mentioned it on Discord. So whenever you destroy a machine with this weapon, your reload speed temporarily increases. And by the gold level, it increases by
fast.
75% or something like that. It's insane.
You become an action hero. You just like done.
Yeah, I love it. I put it on my RLT7, and I hit a crowd of runners, and you just take them out so fast. Especially if you have the reload skill already. If you have the faster reload skill, and you just hit them, and you just and you shoot another rocket. It's so fun.
Any of the ones that are where it's like the new grenade launcher where it's like it puts in one at a time and then you suddenly see the person go.
They're so good. And this one you get for defeating vultures. Another reason. Yet, if you needed another reason.
Yeah.
Which you don't, but if you do, go and defeat those vultures. I think
it's fair that we give you two rewards, given how absolutely terrifying the vulture is.
Oh, are they the other way around?
The other round?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I remember which way around it is. Sorry.
That is absolutely my mistake.
That's very funny.
Thank you for letting us know, Limp. In that case.
Yep. Cheers.
Absolutely cheers. Sorry for that. For those who didn't see it, Limp is saying that rapid reload is for killing the Reaper, and final round is for defeating the Vulture. I have them wrong way around on this slide.
I trusted you, man.
I will try to repay it somehow. Will it work with the Iron Condor? Yes, the final round
Iron Condor is a pistol.
That is a pistol, yes. Even though we did debate whether we should put 50 cal ammo in the Iron Condor for a moment there.
Yes, the only reason that it's the because we looked at it's the 44, not the 50, because the 50 that we have is specifically rifle chambered 50. So it kind of doesn't make sense. Whereas there is the 44 version of the equivalent real world weapon that I'm not going to say the name of in the real world. So we were pretty happy with, like, yeah, that's fine. It still goes bang really loud.
Oh yes, it does. Right. Speaking of the Iron Condor, what a segue. Speaking of the Iron Condor and all those other cool weapons, we have a new weapon DLC out also today. It might not show up on Microsoft yet. If it doesn't, just search for it in the store. It should show up. It is the Heavy Weapons Pack. Let's just watch the trailer. I will just turn off us real quick. Nope, that's not it. That's it. There you go. You can have the text. Let's have a look. You can hear that, right?
Yeah, I don't
no
know if they
sound,
can
of course.
sound.
That would be... Why would it have sound? Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Otherwise, we'll watch it without sound. It's still cool.
I think if we play the sound on here, then it'll...
If we what?
If we play, like, is it muted on here, or is it... I don't know.
No, I think it's muted on stream.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear it in the headphones.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see it on the doodad.
All right, we'll watch it without sound. That's fine. We'll, like I said,
go check it out on YouTube.
Go check it out on YouTube.
And also the trailer on the trailer is also on the pack if you're looking at it in the store. So yeah, it's a suspense building sound.
Just imagine there's really cool sound playing right now.
Why did we not have the dual fire mode feature? Because it was hard. We just couldn't make it work in a way that wasn't bad.
Oh yes, my favorite.
We don't make fake names for any of our guns. We make the real names for all of our for all of the fictional guns that are in our fictional game. Those are the real names of the fictional guns.
Any similarity to real life items is purely coincidental. You know that.
Yeah. These new trailers that we've got, I'm like, yeah, our marketing team putting together trailers are absolutely brilliant.
I agree. There we go. Now it went on to the next slide.
Hey.
Yes, it is $4.99 for those who are wondering. To reflect it having 4 weapons and those being really cool. They are references to, or maybe not references, but they're supposed to make you. They're inspired by your 80s action movie guns, and I think the reception so far has been really positive, which I of course knew. I'm a huge fan of these. Let us know which one's your favorite. I'm curious. Which one do you like the most? Let's the minigun, the grenade launcher, the pistol, or the shotgun. Let's call it those things. Minigun and the shotgun. Okay. Minigun. Yes. No. Okay. It very much the chat here very much reflects what I think.
Yeah.
Personally, my favorite is the minigun.
We were really worried that everyone would hate the minigun, that no one would like it. They'd all say the minigun, it's terrible.
When Ash first talked to me about adding a minigun to Generation Zero, I went, "Are you sure you want to do that? Do you realize how difficult it'll be to make it feel good?" And honestly, I wholeheartedly think they hit it on the head here.
Our design team are a killer. And there's a legit thing of like, oh well, like wouldn't that feel like OP? I mean, yeah, if it were a thing that had infinite ammo and you could run around with really fast, sure. But like the minigun naturally has its own limitation features, so like and that kind of makes it actually feel more fun because you feel heavier and you feel more like badass with this big, heavy, slow ammo eating machine. So I love the fact that I'm like, I can't take this everywhere. I can't take this to a party. Like it has to be like a serious situation, which is really nice.
And that is a new thing we did with the slowdown effect. That
Yes,
no
that
other
is-
weapon has that.
No,
You have
it's
to
also
do
the
that.
heaviest weapon. No other weapon costs you 4 weight in the inventory. So that
Totally
is,
worth it.
yes, absolutely. We didn't pick up the bug where it also slows down your emotes. That was one that got past us.
Slow motion emotes.
Because your walking speed, we slow down your walking speed, and that's your default animation speed. So yeah, you can now, if you want to do emotes slower, you can, for whatever reason.
It might look really funny.
It looks a little silly for some of them.
Don't patch that. We're gonna patch it, but enjoy it while it lasts.
It's not high on the priority list.
Yes, so maybe you get lucky and we forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about them. The N144 minigun. Oh, it is a beauty. I love it so much. It fires 7.62 ammo, but you won't be able, as mentioned, you won't be able to fire shock ammo with it. It was just not viable for us to
Shock
do that.
ammo. Shock ammo creates a lot of in-game, like it creates the electrical arcs, and the number of bullets that are fired by the minigun means that like the amount of arcs that it would create would absolutely just melt pretty much anything that we had to test it with. So yeah, we decided maybe not do that.
Yeah, I think it's a sensible choice.
Yeah.
But, however, it can be augmented, so you can still get some really, really good effects. My favorite one, as always, is the oversized magazine one, where you get it to, I think, 700 rounds.
Yeah. Huh.
It doesn't have an extended magazine, or an extended
No.
belt, or whatever you would call
But still, that's a
it in
nonsense.
this case. But it is so
nonsense amount
good.
of bullets.
If you have
How many?
that many
Also, like
bullets to
how many bullets are you willing to actually carry on your person?
All of them.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. What?
This is an important selling point.
This is a fact sheet.
Yep. It does go burr.
That is a fact, yes.
Uh-huh.
I love it so much. I wish I had a clip, but as we just noticed, there's no sound anyway, so I'm kind of glad I didn't include one.
Yeah.
It has high DPS, of course, as it has to, but it also reduces your movement speed, and it burns through your ammo like me through cake. It is ridiculous.
Also, the reduced movement speed is you have reduced base movement speed, and then it's reduced more when you're ADSing. And like ADSing, we had to come up with a new
What
custom
sites?
We had to come up with a new custom animation for ADSing on a minigun.
But that is how I've seen that on Discord already. People are putting hip shooter on it, and so they just don't ADS with it at all.
That's amazing. I
So-
didn't even think of that. Oh, I love that.
I would never burn cake. I burn through cake. That's a very different thing. Oh,
MGR6.
oh yes. I mean, they are all highly requested weapons. When I say this, I've been around for 6 years, and these I've seen requested way more than any other weapons. So I'm super glad that we were able to do them all at once. That's what makes this pack feel so good. It's all these really cool, really requested weapons that people wanted to see and that I wanted to see. And this is, it's so good. It has an integrated sight that I found super interesting. It really helps you. I think you saw it for a very short time in the trailer. So of course you can't put any scopes on it or anything, but you can aim pretty well with it.
That scope is actually interesting because there's a bug that I don't think many people had noticed that had previously been in the game since launch, which was that you couldn't see projectiles through glass. So for instance, if you threw a flare and then looked at it through a bus shelter, the flare would disappear.
Oh, I did not know that.
Which was a problem for this because then you would be looking through the sight and couldn't see the grenade go through the air, so it suddenly went invisible through the sight. So this one caused us now, thanks to the sight of the grenade launcher, you can now see flares through windows.
Hey! Another stealth fix. Just like the N79, it fires 40mm HE grenades, and it can also be augmented. So, though it's not limited to those 6 shots, so
Didn't think about that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the over. I might be wrong about this one. I'm not too sure
If
now
that's
that I mentioned it,
possible,
but
then
I'm
that's
pretty
very
sure.
funny.
I'm pretty sure it applies.
That's very funny. Where do they go? Who knows?
Well,
here's the boy. This is the one that I was most excited about. Also,
Hi.
please understand that it took me 2 days of agonizing to come up with a good enough name for this. We had this huge list of terrible possible names and some of them were too long, so because you can see it's got it written on the barrel, and so on the side of it, and so some of them were too long, some of them were too short, some of them just sounded ridiculous. So we spent about 2 days trying to work out the name of this weapon.
I might have. Did I contribute to that list?
Yes, you
of
were
useless-
there.
I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
contributed
yeah.
to that list of useless names.
Yeah.
The Iron Condor was not my idea.
I think you may have contributed during the period where we were drinking.
What? Us? Never.
No,
That is a rumor.
drinking in Sweden, never.
But yeah, the Iron Condor, it has high damage as you'd expect. It has high recoil as you'd expect. So if you can handle it, I really like that it doesn't kick back your whole view.
It doesn't just smash you in the face.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you take damage.
As with most people who use a weapon like this for the first time, you just see them absolutely lose control.
Yeah.
But you do have to, keep your aim in check for this
absolutely.
one. But it does deal a lot of damage. It's really fun to use.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say. It's the Iron Condor. Get it now.
Yeah.
And last but very much not least, the shotgun, the Rax 12.
Yeah.
I don't want to pronounce it RACS. No.
No.
So, yeah, also a super, super much requested shotgun. We've already been asked why you can't put out the little stock. I think
Yeah, I mean, so it's the weapon that it is inspired by has the fold out stock, and it has a dual firing modes. And what we found is that when we did that, it either just wasn't there was the thing where it kind of made some of the other weapons in the game feel less good in comparison, and so we decided to make it more specialized, so that it has a specialized roll, which is the one that goes bang, very loud and very big and scary, and then also trying to get the fold out. We just don't have the functionality for things like fold out stocks in our animation engine. So
I'm sure they will survive.
I mean, it's a baller gun. It is one of my default go-tos now.
It is optimal for close quarters, as you'd expect for a shotgun. So what I like to do is really go up in their face and then shoot them from that distance. And it absolutely shreds. It's so good. But of course, it has a rather high spread, so the further away you go, very fast you lose that kind of high damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I scrolled too fast, but oh well. I scrolled it now. I wanted to tell them to buy it, but I guess that's kind of
I mean, someone's gonna have to buy it.
Yeah, we can do that after the giveaway. So you do have to be on Twitch for this giveaway, because the bot just doesn't take YouTube for some reason. I'm sorry about that. So if you want to participate and are on YouTube, you have to switch over to twitch.tv/systemic reaction. I'll wait just 30 seconds while I explain the terms of this, and then we can begin the giveaway. Oh, no, don't do that yet. No, don't type that. I haven't started it. If you type that,
it's not going to work
it's
yet.
not going to do anything.
Wait until the bot tells you.
Exactly. Let me pull it up right here while our YouTube peeps switch over. There we go. Oh, hello Cesar. Welcome to stream. So nice of you to stop by just in time for the giveaway.
Range on the laser Meusser is infinite. Yep.
Oh, yes.
It's a laser beam.
So good. What's happening? It's a giveaway. That's happening. Finalist. Well, it's not happening right now. I haven't started it yet, but we're going to start in just a second. Da-da-da-da. we go. Let's announce it. All right.
Cool.
Entries should be open, I hope. Did it say it? Ah, it did say it. It just doesn't show in the other window.
Okay, cool.
Enter the giveaway now by typing exclamation mark giveaway in Twitch chat. And good luck. Now I can pull it up.
Yay.
We will draw a winner at random in just a second, and then you will be contacted after the stream. It is platform independent, but just a little note, I don't have the Xbox keys yet and the PS keys yet, so you might have to wait a day or two if you're on Xbox or PS. But you can just let me know your platform and I will get around to it. Also, there is no use to typing the command multiple times. You only get one entry, and you have to type it all in one go without a space. Just as a note there. Yes, good luck to everybody. the bot is perfect timing. During the giveaway, it's like, oh, go buy the DLC. How will one get contacted? After the stream, I will send you a DM on Twitch. So check your Twitch DMs. I don't think I've ever checked my Twitch DMs. So do that, please.
Yeah.
It's not very apparent. I'm excited for someone to win it. Yes. Oh, we got so many entries. Oh.
It does have to be Twitch chat, yes.
Yes, it has to be in Twitch. Love the game. I'd rather buy it. Aw. I appreciate it. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your money. Yes, please give us your money. So we can keep developing this amazing game and making cool stuff for it. I've never gotten a Twitch DM before. Well, who knows?
This might be your lucky day to get a Twitch DM.
You might get one later.
What made us add a minigun? People kept asking for... one of the things has been, like, people have been asking for, like, minigun and certain other weapons for ages, and so for the time while we've been making them and people have been still asking for them, I've just had to be like, can't say anything, have to be quiet. There's been a lot.
Why wouldn't we add a minigun? No, but I did have the same question
bullets
in the beginning. I have to admit I was a non-believer at first, but I have been converted. It is so good. I love it so much. Now it's time to suggest the M1911. Well, we can't, of course, add the M1911 because
that's a copyrighted.
We
design.
can't do that.
We can't add that. We might add something that's inspired by it.
Might add a N1911.
Yeah, exactly.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Totally different gun.
Very much a fictional gun.
Can you make more melee weapons? When Hunter Blade.
I want to. The thing with all of these things is always that my job is very much largely looking at like what would be cool and how much would it cost, and if it would, and sometimes and a lot of the time it's, well, that would be really cool, but it would cost us doing not these other cool things. So that's generally that's a lot of how these things end up going.
Yeah, I wish.
Look, it's not like it's not on the list. It's just that it's just the cost for making that new one would be a little high.
Yeah, and we do have some cool other stuff that we're doing that are higher on the priority list.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be worth it.
Yep.
All right. I think that's 3 minutes. Let's close it out.
46 entries.
46 people. I hope that's not a beta tester. Is that a beta tester? Let's see. Let's announce it. So, the giveaway was won by... How do we pronounce that? Rich,
thank you.
Rich, thank you. Yeah. By Rich.
Rich TD.
I hope that's not one of the beta testers. That would be awkward, but we can just... Oh, there we go.
There you go. Cool.
Yay! All right, congrats. I will send you a message after the stream.
Wonderful.
If I had the money, I would just buy your dev team? Oh. But then we'd have to do everything you want. You know how dangerous it is for one person to have the power to decide it all? I mean, we depreciate the money. We'll take the money, yeah, of course.
No, I working for Avalanche is actually really nice because we're owned by Egmont, who so like rather than making things that specifically just are for like random investors. A lot of the so like when we make profit as a subsidiary of Egmont, huge chunks of that, I think maybe most of it, actually goes to the charities that our parent company owns. So yeah, I kind of like prefer that to being owned by a person who's getting a profit out of it. That's really nice.
Yeah. How much for a new island?
You can
1 billion.
You can. I'll just put my my PayPal up on screen, and we can talk about it. I don't know. Yeah, the problem is that creating new spaces is a lot of work, and so then I have to make the call of like, when is it? When can we afford it, and when does it pay off? Which is tricky.
But that's not to say never.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's absolutely. It's not a never. It's just a question of prioritization, which is always the case. Drivable cars. The characters do not have driver's licenses. They're teenagers.
Or helicopter licenses.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's not planned at the moment.
Yeah.
Mainland expansion. Oh, we just talked about having to.
Well, so yeah, absolutely. What we are going to do is create the entirety of the rest of Sweden.
Yeah.
As locations. And
no island DLCs.
No island DLCs. All of Sweden.
No. Again, that's very much.
Yeah. It's
out of our scope at the moment.
Yeah.
Why can't we swim? It's cold.
The characters have not learned to swim.
No, it's mainly a limitation of the engine, and also
I mean, it's just we don't want you to try and swim off onto a place where you can't get to, where there's not got like we don't want you to go places where there's no content.
Exactly, a way for us to limit the playable area,
yeah.
And it looks pretty, so it's better than a red wall.
Yes, exactly.
You can't go here.
Yeah.
Rich Tai Tai. Okay, thank you. Rich Tai Tai won the giveaway for Heavy Weapons Pack.
Cool.
All right. Let's go through some other changes.
Yeah.
We have some more time.
Yeah.
As always, our sound and visual designer Peter.
He's an absolute legend.
Who I cannot stress how much of a legend he is. Has done some improvements. He's gone back. He's actually still going through older sound design and just updating it.
Yep.
That part is not in the game yet. You'll see that in upcoming updates. But he's just going through, and on top of doing all the new things he's working on, he's just improving old things as well. Yep. And part of this is the tank railgun sound and visual effects. And that is both the sound design of it firing and the impact sound. So when the bullet or the bullet zips past you and hits the floor next to you, the ground next to you, it has some improved visuals and sound. So it sounds scarier now. Give Peter a hug. Yes, we will. If he ever comes into the office.
And he wants
very
one.
Good.
We'll ask if he would like one.
Yes, exactly. This has been feedback that I've seen and that I've had myself as well. Yeah. Especially if you go up close to a machine and you blast it with shock ammo, you'd have these cracking sounds in your ear that kind of tend to be overwhelming, and so we reduced the volume on those. Thank you, Peter. As well as visual effects for the Phoenix shield generators during base assaults. If you shoot them, they give off this light when they get hit, and that was a bit bright, so we made that not so bright.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. Again. In order to reduce the amount of visual stimulation you get, which is already kind of high in base assaults.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is great. Did I include the GIF for this? I hope I did. I did not. Okay, you have to see it for yourself then. There is a new impact effect for large bullets. For example, the experimental PVG has this effect, and if you switch between a normal, like a pistol and an AR and the PVG, you will notice this new impact, and it looks so good. There's a huge explosion effect, whereas normal weapons just have the bullet hole itself.
Yeah.
Chain explosions are still a small problem due
Yeah.
to loss of FPS. Yeah.
That's a known thing.
Mhm.
So we have it in our list of performance fixes, we have got someone who is so like last year we had a new person join the team, and he is a genius for stability and performance. And so a lot of the performance improvements are down to him, and so yeah, that is a continuing thing that we are improving, but we also know where most of the issues are.
Exactly, and as a little heads up, we are working on some bigger changes and some bigger improvements to performance, like we have before, just on a more all-encompassing scale, you could say. It's a pretty fundamental change, and we are gonna need some of your help in that in the coming weeks. And so, if you've seen before, in the past, we've put those performance improvements up to a testing branch on Steam, and we really appreciated the feedback from those who hopped on that branch. And if you could do that again once we put out this new branch, we would really, really appreciate that. So keep an eye out on Discord and our social media if you want to help us improve the game even more than we already have. Thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, like a couple of people in chat have mentioned. So the performance improvements that are in this patch that we've just put out improve performance for most systems, but we do know that some systems, because of the way that those performance gains were achieved, we do know that it has impacted some other systems negatively, and we tried to reduce that as much as possible. And the things that we're working on for that are in these beta branches are an attempt to even that out, and also to improve things for everyone. So.
Even more important in that case.
Yes, absolutely.
And thank you all for telling us about your performance and giving us feedback. We do read all of it, and we super appreciate when you tell us how you feel and how the game is performing for you. Super important in the process. Love the new inventory look too. Yes. Thank you so much.
Why is modding against terms of service is a really good question. The answer is that we, as a legal business, are required to provide you with, you give us money and we give you a product. If you then change that, then we are no longer able to provide to you the product that you've paid for. So that's why it's an issue for the terms of service, is that it's stopping us being able to provide you with the product you've paid for properly. Lots of bugs and crash fixes again. Love to see a lot of the ones that we managed to fix. Part of the reason that we have the new inventory look is actually to try and fix some of the bugs that we had with inventory stuff. So that's been really nice.
The random ghost tank sound fix in this patch. No. The ghost sounds, the ghost machine sounds.
The ghost machine sounds, and there are some things that are very kind of a little bit baked into the engine. The other one is like sometimes when a machine dies and it ragdolls, and then like a small machine just knocks it flying. There's a bunch of things that we can do to try and reduce the chance of them happening, but there's nothing that we can ever do to completely make sure it never happens again. So we do a bunch of things to try and reduce the chance of it happening, and that's the best we can do.
Yeah. What engine is used? It is our in-house Apex engine that we've been using for all of our projects.
So we use our in-house Apex engine, which uses a lot of third-party components. So you'll notice when the credits are loading up, you'll see that we use like Havoc for physics. We use a different system for the sound that I cannot remember which one we use, so I'm not going to name either of them because I don't want to get in trouble. We have a different our system brings all these different things together, and so some of that we can fix ourselves. So in this instance, the stuff that we're talking about is those other systems have limitations, and our engine can reduce the chance of them happening, but not necessarily make them never happen.
Are there any new games in the pipeline of systemic reaction? Maybe.
I mean, that really depends on your definition of like pipeline and also new games. I mean, we are a games company. We make video games. So presumably nothing that we can talk about.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
Are you going to start using an updated version of that engine?
I mean, the stability things that we've been talking about and those bug fixes and things are us updating the specific... So, like, our game has a specific version of our Avalanche engine, and so those bug fixes and stability updates are us making our version of it for Generation 0 specifically more stable, because if we were just using the one that is like the generic Avalanche version that... and we did all the things we want to do in GZ, it wouldn't be specialized for what we want to do in GZ. So that's why we're doing the things that are for our version.
Yeah. Will there be more updates this year? We just put out an update today, and you're already asking about the next one. I should have known.
I mean, we're going to have that beta test for that extra stability and improvement update. So that's definitely going to be a thing that we're trying to get out in the second half of this year. Other than that, I really kind of have to be careful about the things that we can say. Like, you'll notice that we haven't done a roadmap in a little while. And that's just because everything is very chaotic. And so I'm really trying to make sure that we don't promise anything that we can't deliver on, and we are continuing to make things. This is not the final update for GZ. We are continuing to make things. I just can't say what or when, because of how much chaos there's been around, especially around like people being pulled to other projects, people leaving to work on other stuff, trying to replace them, trying to get access to different resources. So that's the thing of like, I would love to be able to say, yes, we're going to do this. People have asked about like we had previously said, oh, we're going to do the skills revamp this year. And that's the thing where it's like, that's now, because of some of those things, we're now not sure, like, we're not sure where that lands on our roadmap now. And it's really disappointing to have to say, we were really aiming for that at this time, and we're not going to hit that. So, yeah, there's definitely going to be more stuff. It's just that I can't make promises.
Stuff TM.
Yeah, stuff.
That's my favorite answer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
And we love having a roadmap when things are stable and we know that we're going to get certain things done. It's just a question of like, I don't want to promise things that we can't deliver. I can promise that the stuff that we are working on is dope as hell. and like, I come on stream and I'm like, you can't talk about any of the things that are not public yet, but it is absolutely sick. So yeah, like, I can promise that the stuff we're making is amazing. I just can't tell you what it is yet.
Let us cook.
Yeah.
That's the TLDR. Let us cook.
Yeah.
We'll have some words, like, as time goes on, there will be more clarity about how things will go. Yep. And the timelines. And so really just keep an eye out on our social media and for the dev letters. I put a dev letter out every second week if I can, where I talk a little bit about what's going on at Systemic Reaction.
Yeah.
So I can highly recommend reading that. It'll make me feel better too. So twice as much effect.
Also, like, I think I'm pretty proud of this update, and I think it's a pretty good indication of the fact that we're doing stuff that is cool as hell. So trust that we are going to keep this quality level or exceed it.
Are there any last questions before we end today's stream and go back to our developer caves? The tyrant attacks are terrifying. Yes.
Yes, they
They're
are.
supposed to.
I'm glad you're scared of them because that was the hope.
Will we be able to modify the minigun to use 5.56?
No. Sorry.
Good. Yeah. Moving on. Any plans on improving machine AI? Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes. I mean, so like even in this update, we improved the mission AI a little bit. We improved the way that, and we continue to do those sorts of small tweaks. So yeah, we fixed the way that that machines interact with foliage in this one. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Why did I cut my hair? Because it was too long and my mom was going to comment on it. So I did it before she got the chance to.
Very good reason.
How do we sign up for Stream Fight? Oh, yeah, just DM me on Discord, really. Join the Discord server. It should be !Discord, I think there should be a command. And then just DM SR_Carney. Any plans to add more human NPCs in the future? Perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on the table, but lots of things are on the table. It's a big table, and so the big task is working out which things on the table to use.
It's one of those banquet halls.
A big, yeah, real Swedish smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, foliage will help you hide better now. Yes,
exactly.
That is a thing that has improved. There was that was part of, so the reason we found that out is that we found out that there was a bug where some machines, if they were far enough away from foliage or a tree or whatever, they could see through it, and so then you weren't actually hidden from them if they were far enough away from it. So as a part of fixing that, we fixed the way that machine AI interacts with foliage in general. Cool.
What is now the hacking chance on all types of Firebirds? I don't know it by heart. It's just not 90% anymore for all of them. That was a thing before where all the Firebirds had 90% hacking chance.
It's definitely now a number that is above 0 and less than 90.
Yes. Great. The minigun with 7.62 is amazing. Thank you for the feedback. We appreciate it, and we're so happy that you like it as much as we do. How can I spawn the Vulture? So, quick run through. Defeat rivals.
Specifically, Soviet rivals for the Vulture.
Exactly.
Phoenix rivals for the Reaper.
Yes. Get coordinate data from them. Get 200 of that. After that, you spawn a base assault. Level it up to level 3. Then you go into the Phoenix base, but don't destroy the base yet. Only destroy the shield generators in it. After you destroy those, there will be a hatch that's open in those walls somewhere in that level 3 base. There will be a hatch that's open. Don't destroy it.
Don't accidentally destroy it.
You can destroy it. Be careful with your explosives. Go down into the hatch and select the Vulture that you would like to triangulate the location of. And after that, you will see the Vulture on your map and can fight it. Good luck.
Soviet rivals tend to spawn in the northern regions of the map.
Yes, exactly. The further north, the better. Why does the Reaper blow itself up?
Because it doesn't want you to have nice things.
Exactly. You can destroy it before it self-destructs, and in which case, do you still get better loot if you do that after loot changes? I would assume so.
I think you still do, yes. You still get better loot, but I think it's now... That was part of you. Like either way, it will always have an experimental.
Exactly.
And you will get more resources, I think, if you manage to do it without it killing itself.
Cool. Yes. Don't fear the Reaper. Exactly.
Not when the Vulture exists.
Not when
fear the Vulture.
Fear the... All right. I think that's a great place to cut it off.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for joining today's dev stream, and join me next week as I take on the Vulture with some community members, and we exchange some banter. I've been Carney. This is Ash. Play the new update and buy the Heavy Weapons DLC.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. That's the most important thing. When is next stream? Next Wednesday. Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Catch you later.